Liverpool's interest in Endrick has resurfaced, but there's now a major twist which has emerged with it. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. The Reds are looking to add more firepower to Andoni Iraola's attacking options before the transfer window closes on September 1st. And Endrick has emerged as one of the names being considered. Liverpool have reportedly made inquiries over the Brazilian's availability, but Real Madrid's stance could prove to be a huge stumbling block. Endrick endured a difficult spell for minutes at Madrid last season, eventually joining Leon on loan in January. However, that temporary move appears to have completely changed the situation surrounding the highly rated forward. During his time in France, Endrick impressed, registering 8 goals and 8 assists in just 21 appearances and helping Lyon secure Champions League football. His performances have seemingly convinced new Real Madrid boss Jose Mourinho that the youngster has a role to play at the Bernabeu this season. And that could be terrible news for Liverpool. Despite the Reds' interest, Madrid reportedly have no intention of giving up on Endrick's long-term future at the club. At just 20 years old, he remains a major part of their plans, and Mourinho is now expected to keep him within his squad for the 2026/27 campaign. There is also a very clear reason why Madrid could need him. Kylian Mbappe cannot realistically be expected to play every single game, while injuries or suspensions elsewhere in Madrid's attack could quickly leave Mourinho needing another option. Endrick could therefore find himself playing a much more important role than he did last season. Sources close to the situation explained that Madrid still have huge hopes for Endrick and that a permanent deal with Liverpool would therefore be extremely difficult to negotiate. That doesn't necessarily mean Liverpool's interest has disappeared. The Reds are clearly exploring their options as they look to strengthen their forward line. And the fact they have already inquired about Endrick's availability shows just how highly he is regarded. But with Mourinho reportedly counting on him and Real Madrid viewing his long-term future at the Bernabeu, Liverpool may have to look elsewhere if they want to complete another major attacking addition before deadline day. For Endrick, meanwhile, this could be the opportunity he has been waiting for. After struggling for regular minutes last season and impressing enormously during his loan spell at Leon, he now has the chance to return to Madrid and fight for his place under Mourinho. And if he can convince the new manager that he deserves a role, Liverpool's hopes of bringing him to Anfield could be over. At least for now. In other news, Liverpool fans have every reason to be excited about Jeremy Jurgen after what was an outstanding first appearance at Anfield, but Andoni Iraola has now delivered a very important warning ahead of Sunday's huge Premier League clash with Newcastle. Jurgen immediately caught the attention against Como, putting in a hugely impressive defensive display and even getting himself on the score sheet. For a 21-year-old making his unofficial Liverpool debut, it was the kind of performance that naturally sends expectations through the roof. And that is exactly what Iraola wants to avoid. Speaking to TNT Sports, the Liverpool head coach admitted that Jurgen's performance was so good that it could actually create a problem if supporters now expect that same level from him every single week. Iraola's message was clear. Jurgen is an exceptional young talent, but he is still learning. The Liverpool boss pointed out that the Frenchman had not played a competitive game since February, meaning his return to action against Como was already a significant step. to then score in front of the Anfield crowd and look so composed defensively made the performance even more impressive. But Iraola knows the Premier League is an entirely different challenge. He openly admitted that Xhaka will make mistakes. At just 21 years of age and with virtually no Premier League experience, there will inevitably be moments when things do not go perfectly. However, the most important part of Iraola's comments was what came next. He made it clear that Liverpool trust Xhaka, and that could be the biggest revelation of all. Rather than allowing one brilliant pre-season performance to create unrealistic expectations, Iraola appears determined to give the youngster room to develop naturally. Liverpool clearly believe they have a very special player on their hands, but they also understand that throwing too much pressure onto his shoulders too quickly could be counterproductive. Now, that brings us to the massive question ahead of Newcastle. Does Iraola actually start Xhaka? Liverpool have a decision to make alongside Virgil van Dijk, with Ronald Araujo also pushing for a place in the starting 11. Araujo impressed against Como as well, showing exactly why Liverpool brought him into the squad. The Barcelona captain, currently on loan, offers experience, physicality, and quality at the back, while Xhaka represents the exciting unknown, and that makes Iraola's decision particularly fascinating. On one hand, Xhaka's performance against Como may have been too good to ignore. His confidence, composure, and ability to contribute at both ends of the pitch certainly gave Liverpool supporters something to get excited about. But on the other, Araujo's greater experience could make him the safer option for a difficult away trip to Newcastle. There is also the question of match fitness. Xhaka has only just returned from a long period without playing, while Araujo has also been building up his minutes during pre-season. So while supporters may desperately want to see Xhaka given the opportunity, Iraola has to think beyond one brilliant performance. And that is ultimately what makes this reveal so interesting. Iraola isn't denying Xhaka's potential. In fact, his comments almost suggest the opposite. He is simply trying to make sure the youngster isn't judged against an impossibly high standard after one spectacular appearance, because there is clearly something special about this player. Xhaka has already represented France at under 17, under 18, under 19 and under 20 level, and the international pedigree tells you plenty about how highly he has been regarded throughout his development. He also possesses leadership qualities, having captained his country at several youth levels. So while the Como performance was only a pre-season friendly, it is understandable why Liverpool supporters are already getting excited. The Newcastle clash, however, could provide the first real indication of whether Xhaka is ready to take that next step. Will Iraola trust the youngster from the start, or will experience win out with Araujo alongside Van Dijk?